Hello everyone, this is Johnny the Orange, and today I'm going to be playing 3 Cavalry on Sulla. Now, before I get started, I would like to say it's not the best fucking combo. Maybe at higher tiers it's pretty good. I could see that with the upgrades that help you with your charge, etc. But I am tier 8 commander with tier 8 cav with only one upgrade, so there might not even be a good representation of tier 8 cav. But let's jump into it. I do love playing the combo just because it is so fucking shit, basically. Like, once in a while I'm just like, oh, I feel like playing this just to see if I can get it to work. And this game, it did work. Most games, it doesn't fucking work. They do well against certain things. One thing they do really well against is war dogs. I think everything does good against war dogs though, so there's nothing really to brag about. But in melee, these cav can just go up to war dogs and destroy them. They can't even hit you back. It's fucking amazing. The other things they do well against is other cav. If you manage to get into combat, you don't really want to either charge. Hopefully you can dodge with your whip. But if you manage just to get them into combat and start mowing them, you'll fuck them up. You'll fuck them up real good, bro. Problem is, it does take a while for you to fuck anything up, including archers with this cavalry. You will win a lot of fights against the units you're strong against, like enemy cav and war dogs. But when it comes to killing anything quickly, including archers, you're going to have a hard fucking time. As you'll see in this game, I knock a lot of cunts over. I don't kill anyone. It's fucking amazing. And as we all know, the new, I almost called it an expansion, because it's that big. It's that fucking big. My headphones just fucking fell off. I'm that excited about the open beta, because a new faction is becoming available, and Hannibal's brother, that cunt, I can't even pronounce his name, I'm going to Google it. You know what? Fuck Google. We're going to call him Hasbrutal, because he looks fucking awesome. He looks like what I wish Sulla was. I wish Sulla was that cunt. That's why I kept trying to play him. Like, Hasbrutal is going to be played. With that charge ability, it's just going to make it so much easier. He has those debuffs, but he can debuff someone and then run away. He can debuff and then run away. He doesn't have to stand there getting shot by a fucking barrage. I'll get into that rant later. Let's get back to the game. So as you can see, I don't give a fuck about war dogs. You know, I'll just kill them. Doesn't really matter. I ran over the archers, and obviously their whole units, all their dudes survived. I damaged their health, but I didn't actually kill any archers. And that is one thing that has brutal about playing Sulla Cavalry. You run over archers, it doesn't kill them, and then they shoot you. At tier 10, excuse me, shit, I've been talking so much, I'm starting to choke up. Now I'm going back to the Hannibal dude, the Hannibal's brother, I was gonna say infamous, but non-famous brother. It's even worse. He's not even known for shit. He should be, because if you look at his commander abilities, he's fucking awesome. One thing I noticed, he has 2 charges, so even though he might not have the best charges, if one doesn't fuck up the archers, he can come back and do another one. With Sulla, you get the 1 charge, and look at this, like, it takes so long just to kill a bunch of archers. It's fucking annoying. And the other thing is, he doesn't have to stand there to have his debuff to work. He can debuff the enemy and then run away, and he also has a buff ability. So he can buff his allies and then run away. He doesn't have to stand there like a dickhead, getting shot at. Which is a big problem I had with Caesar and Sulla, mostly Sulla, is that you go in there, you try to help your allies, you get no points for it. That's a fucking annoying thing. Support points are bullshit, because when you do support your allies, you don't get anything for it. I get support points for fucking when I'm not even trying, but when I do try, nothing. It's bullshit, right? But with this new commander, I can actually go there, buff my allies, debuff the enemy, run away, and do my own thing. it's just a better Sulla, in my opinion, well, when it comes to my playstyle. And even when it comes to Sulla Infantry, I just started enjoying the Sulla Infantry playstyle. But now, the new commander coming along, Hannibal, he just does it better as well. Like, that whole 150% melee damage, and then it goes up to 250%. But then he also has defensive abilities, and terrain abilities, and movement abilities. And all that shit. He obviously doesn't have any missile block, just like Sulla, so he gets blown up by that shit. Barrage really hurts. But, when it comes to being in melee, he's the man to go to. So, originally this was going to be... I'll have to change the title of this video. It was meant to be, oh look, I'm playing Sulla, and now it's like, Sulla's shit. Play the new faction. Honestly, look at Carthage's abilities, then look at good old Sulla's. There is some circumstances that the fucking Roman dude will do better, but in general, I think to fit my playstyle, it has to be Carthage. And I did say I wouldn't be playing Carthage because I didn't like him in other games. I'm definitely fucking playing them. It's my number one faction. After seeing those commander abilities, holy shit, I'm playing them. And probably, the only reason I really want to play the Greeks is Milli Vanilli is the fucking best. I can upload 10 billion Milli Vanilli videos and it all looks good because he's so strong. Like every game, fucking 5,000, 4,000, 6,000. It's just continuously fucking epic. Because he can get around the map, he can destroy cunts, he's what I think Cav should be. And I'm not talking 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 fucking points. I'm talking about aggression points. The shit that actually wins the game. So it is going to be hard to go away from that one commander. I've played him for so long. Since, just, even when he was shit, I was playing him. Well, apparently shit, he is still awesome then. That's the funny thing. They made him shit at one stage. They made it so Fear was, like, pretty much useless. But he is still fucking great. You could still route people. Fear didn't really help that much, but with the slow ability off it, and the charge, and the movement speed, he's just the most maneuverable commander. He can escape anything. He can fuck up Cav. He's just the greatest thing that's ever fucking been introduced to this game. It's going to be hard to find a commander that can compete with that. But I do have high hopes for has Brutal, and Hannibal a little bit, but mostly has Brutal. I think he can be a fucking legend. Hopefully he can compete with Milli Vanilli. And on the Greek faction you always have Kanani, who is a good commander as well, probably the best in the game. She's great with pikes, great with archers, and both those units are very strong at the moment. Can't go wrong with her. Milli can run the spears, he's great with that. Decent with pikes. And decent with slingers. If slingers weren't so bad, he might, the slingers are okay at lower tiers, but once you reach those higher tiers, you find out they're not so fucking great. And then you have Leo, who can protect your allies when you're playing in a team. And of course, Alexander playing the Cav. His charge is pretty damn good now. So it's just a solid faction. The Romans are reasonably solid. I'd say just lagging behind a little bit. And then you have Barbarians. I'm just going to skip that faction. I don't know what to say about them. It will be interesting to see where the new faction fits in. I think they're going to be pretty damn strong, but you only have 2 commanders. And at this stage, less units to pick from. You don't have any real range. You have that throw ability from the Cav, which looks pretty damn fun. But you don't have any real range at all. There's no catapults, there's no scorpions, there's no archers. And they don't, well, from what I know, they don't have any raised shields abilities. So, of course, Kanani's just going to love that. I think, yeah. So it's definitely Greeks. Probably Carthage as well. That we'll be playing. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and thumbs up and all that shit. I've ran out of stuff to, well, I have heaps to rant about, but I don't want to bore you to tears. So, Hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and thumbs up and all that shit. I'll see you next time. Actually, I might as well just finish this video. So, you can leave now. There's nothing really important happening. I'm just going to talk about Arminius Cavalry. I do find them fun in solo queue. When you verse teams, it doesn't work as well because they can communicate. Well, that's the problem with Infiltrate. The minute you start facing teams and you know everyone's name, etc., they go, that guy's not on my team. So the Infiltrate ability doesn't really work in that sense. When you are solo queuing, it's very good. You can sneak up behind people. Sometimes they do think you're on their team. You can get right up to them and kill them all. And he's also very quick, which I do love about Arminius. You can get across the field very quickly and kill all the range units that aren't protected. And basically I find that what I'm trying to say here is that I find them useful when you're versing solo queuers and lower tiers. But the minute it comes to any higher tier gameplay, everyone knows, oh, that Arminius dude is not on our team. And let's protect the archer unit. And I don't know how to build a team around having a well, you can get away with Versi Cav because it's pretty strong. But when it comes to all the other Barbarian units, it's very hard to build a team around it. Because what do they bring to the table that another unit can't bring to the table more reliably? So, what's the strat as well? That's the other thing, what's the strat? Because a lot of the maps just don't favour Barbarians at all. There's not much forest there, there's not much terrain to hide in. And that just ends up with dead Barbarians when there's not much terrain to hide or fight in. And when you do make a team, you don't want to go, oh, let's have 4 people hide in the fucking forest. That's not going to work in your favour. Actually, I thought of something. You could have, there's just so many like everything I think of with the Barbarians, there's just too many counters. I was going to say you could have War Dogs to take out Pikes, but then right there you got a problem. You have Leo Pikes that can just shield bash the fuck out of you. And I was going to say Boudica could buff allies, but she has that wind-up time. You might as well just go with a Caesar or a Sulla. Well, definitely Caesar. He's just really strong. They're just not the best at countering anything, and they're always going to be there getting shot by archers. So, where do they fit in? Really, that's why you don't see that many comps with Barbarians. You see them, well, like, with Versi Cav, because it's pretty fucking strong at the moment. That's about it. I have to look more into it, try to find something that they can do as a team. The unfavourable maps doesn't really help. If you get Rubicon, you're just at a disadvantage right there. This map is kind of a disadvantage. There's some forests you can use, but there's so much areas you can't cover when you do play the Barbarian faction. And you're not even the quickest. Well, you're always going to have the weakness of getting run over by Cav, and you're not even the quickest dude on the field, unless you're playing Barbarian Cavalry. The infantry isn't that fast, and there's this bug where you charge with your Barbarian infantry and only the 4 first dudes actually charge, and then your whole unit comes to a hold, and only the four dudes actually start melling. And the rest just stand back like a bunch of dickheads, which leads to you getting shot at and them hitting you because you have all these dudes standing about doing fuck all. Anyway guys, I should end it there before I start ranting on for hours and hours. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and thumbs up and all that shit. See you later.